to you guys another video. Today is a book review on a book that I've recently read called Splinters of Scarlet by Emily Bain Murphy. I'm going to insert a picture of here somewhere on the screen. I got this book in either July. Yeah, no, definitely July's Beacon Book Box. And I was reading it for the Beacon Book Club, and it is pretty amazing. And I wanted to talk about it because it still has been on my mind, even though I've read it 3-4 weeks ago. So I'm going to give you a brief summary, and we'll get into the review portion. It's a YA historical fantasy set in 19th century Denmark, where secrets can kill magic and magic is a deadly gift. For Merit Olsen, magic is all about strategy. It flows freely through her blood, but every use leaves behind a deadly buildup within her veins called the fern. Merit knows how dangerous it is to let too much fern build up. After all, it killed her sister, and she has vowed never to use her thread magic. But when Eve, a fellow orphan, whom Merit views as sister, is adopted by the wealthy Helene Vestergaard, Merit will do anything to stay by her Eve's side. She decides to risk the fern and uses magic to secure a job as a seamstress in the Vestergaard household. This book is, as I just mentioned, set in Denmark, and I really like the setting because it's unique. I think the only book that I've ever read that was set in Denmark was Hamlet. And this book definitely touches on the moral and ethical gray areas of magic and people using each other. For example, Helene Vestergaard's entire household, her entire servant staff, uses magic. They don't have to use magic, but they are encouraged to use magic because their magic enhanced abilities, whether it is sewing a curtain, making dresses, cooking food, cleaning, it just has a better quality to it. These people are not being forced to stay. However, they can if they want to. So usually their parents and their children are working for the Vestergaard family. And Helene, while cares, but is slightly aloof, she knows the deadly consequences. And on the other hand, you have Philip Vestergaard, who is Helene's brother-in-law. He is a soldier of the Danish War that had occurred more than 20 years ago. He comes back with PTSD, as do many soldiers, and his father left him the mines, the jewel mines, which his older brother was also taking care of. One night, Philip unearths a hidden secret of the people who had magic. Apparently, when you're performing an autopsy on people with magic, there are crystallized jewels, which represents what kind of magic they've had. This is a deep hidden secret that goes all the way to the King of Denmark. Merit's father used to work at the Vestergaard mine when he suddenly got himself blown up. He tells his two daughters that in a letter saying that there's nothing there in the safe at a bank, However, when Merritt goes digging, she finds a jewel, which is unlike any other, and so she starts looking around and seeing what is in it and what is the importance of this jewel. And this important jewel is at the center of a huge conspiracy. So Philip uses people's magic to harm others, whereas Helene uses it to add to the household, I guess. Both using magic in different ways, both using people, except one way is slightly more preferable than, I guess, maiming a dead person. This story also focuses on found family. Merritt at the time has aged out in the foster care system, but she remarks that the past 10 years, about 8 to 10 years, a little girl has stolen her heart, and she's basically her little sister. And she loves this girl so much that she is willing to set aside money to adopt her. Except when Helene Vestergaard adopts Eve, she's immediately suspicious because she blames the Vestergaard family for her family's destruction. So it has a lot to do with found family, with love, compassion, and my favorite part about this story was how what can kill you can also save you, and how magic has a price. This trope is seen quite a few times, one of them being practical magic, one of them being Hocus Pocus, as well as my favorite show that ended a few years ago, Once Upon a Time, where Rumpel famously says, magic has a price. So I rated this book, I want to say, five stars, because it was unique. You know, I love fantasy, I love historical fiction, and it was a unique setting, had so many unique elements to it that I haven't seen. And also this book broke up my reading slump for a bit. But it ended up happening that I went back to my reading sprint because I can't read anymore. Let's see what else. I also love the character of Eve. She is... Oh, this book also touches on racism, slightly. Because Eve is biracial. Her mother is from the Caribbean island of, I think, St. Croix. And her father is Danish. And one of the reasons why it takes her so long to get adopted is because of her coloring. And while she is such a talented dancer, we're living in a 19th century Denmark where, fortunately, color is still a thing. I mean, it's still a thing in England in 2020, hence the Black Lives Matter movement. And Helene lets Eve know that she also has roots in the Caribbean. However, she played the game. Her skin was already a bit lighter, and she used lightening creams and whatnot to make herself appear more lighter than she really is. Which, you know, still happens. Calling out Fair and Lovely Company in India not only changed their name because of the Black Lives Matter movement. I digress. And so, these two women, Eve and Helene, they have a common bond, you know. And Helene wants to teach Eve her ways. She wants to revolutionize ballet, you know, and she wants Eve to reach greater heights, which I think is stunning and so beautiful. And I love how, even though she accepts marriage into her household, knowing or suspecting the love that Merritt has for Eve and the bond that they share, while she does have moments of feeling hurt or jealous, she never tries to interfere. You know, and I love that kind of maturity because it's not always shown in books, TVs, or movies. You know, people tend to get more possessive and say, oh, you're my child, and I want you to do absolutely nothing with people of your past. But she quickly realizes when she adopts Eve, Merritt has to come with her. Merritt is a package deal. Where Eve goes, Merritt goes. Where Merritt goes, Eve goes. Not sure if I mentioned, but this is a Frozen meets Downton Abbey, and it was done so well. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. I like how in Downton Abbey and I also loved the staff. You know, they all had their quirks. Some of them despised Merritt because she was an outsider and they wanted someone else in their family to gain the seamstress position. But Merritt has to prove her worth. And she does. It is a wonderful book. I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's all I have for now. I shall see you guys next time on Sunday. Yeah. Also, if you guys haven't checked out my last video, it is my anniversary of 1 year being on YouTube. So if you guys have any ideas of what you'd like me to do in order to celebrate it and showcase it on YouTube, let me know. I'm still taking suggestions. Alright, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys the next one. Bye!